Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom, shalom. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, by Shem Kakwadash. We're gonna call in the name of the Lord one more time, right? But we gotta get things set up. Yeah, we gotta get things set up. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Right. Hold on, bear with me a few more seconds. I gotta make sure the YouTube is functioning. Okay. I just gotta post this. Um, just bear with me. Get your pens, your paper, your notebook. Get those things ready. Um, Lord willing, we can get edified. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. So one more thing. Okay. Uh, Hold on, one more. Okay. So to be honest, I have a Facebook Live and a YouTube Live going on. You know what I'm saying? I usually mostly do a lot of videos on Facebook Live, majority, because some people on Facebook too. We're gonna do StreamYard and a Facebook Live today. If you can see the title, Shalom, Shalom Aquabs in the building, Shalom Miss Adar, Shalom Miss Gabar, Shalom. Call all Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Messiah. I want to give double honors for the elders that have been paving the way, before One West and the starting of One West. From Abba Bibbins on down, that have been teaching the Lord's doctrine to the best of their ability. And definitely double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, starting with Elder Tahar on down, that have been teaching the censer and milk, the parables, the dark sayings, and the prophecy, pushing 100% of the Lord's doctrine to the best of their ability. And for the young kings, that's ruling well in these congregations, from the leaders to the captains to the soldiers, that's constantly putting their foot down on highways and hedges and doing sit downs, trying to bring forth the edification, to the black Latinos and natives, because things is getting serious. And definitely a mighty shalom to the wise out there that's reverence, a high respect towards their husband, pursuing to be loving and silent and virtuous as much as they can. Lord willing, the most I have mercy on the other men and women that is not in the faith, right? So, like I said, this title is going into being rooted and built it up in the ministry. Now, I'm going to I'm about to, before we get into it, Before we get into it, I'm gonna bring out some scriptures just to start it up. You know, you want to get your mind motivated uh, on things to come. Now, whoever's watching the Facebook, you're not gonna really be able to see me put scriptures on the screen. Um, I believe if you're on YouTube, can you please drop a con if you can see my screen, because I do not know if you can see my screen. I actually I can see the screen, so I believe you guys can. So we're gonna go to First Thessalonians, the fourth chapter. Okay, Con, you can see the screen. Okay, we can go to First Thessalonians, verse 15 to 18. Lord willing, Lord willing, y'all paying attention. Those who die in Hamashiach, right? And before we get into really understand and be being rooted and built it up, if we stay firm and rooted and built it up in the ministry, these are things that you want to hope for. A lot of us is not talking about the coming of Christ, the coming of Hamashiach Yahushai, when Hamashiach Yahushai is going to beam us up and we're going to be in the air when destruction is going on in this world. So First Thessalonians 4, verse 15, it says, for this we say unto you by the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of Yahweh shall not permit them which are asleep. And that goes into the Romans 13 and 11, right? It says, for Yahweh Shem Yahushai himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of the Most High, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. So the ones that died for the name of Yahweh Shem Shai, they're going to die. I mean, they're going to rise up first. Then we which are alive, because there's going to be people that's going to still be alive during the tribulations, during the seven veils waking up. There's going to still be a lot of us. There's going to be a good remnant that's going to still be alive and remain, shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. So them that's alive and the one that's dead, they're gonna go up. They're gonna be up together with them in the clouds to meet Yahweh Shem Yahushai in the air. We're gonna be in the air with Hamashiach Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And so shall we ever be with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Wherefore, comfort one another with these words. So these are the things we have to be thinking of when we're actually in this ministry, man. Your whole goal is to want to be worthy enough that you get beamed up, that you're protected. I believe you go to First Maccabees 12 and 9. I believe, or verse 9 and 12. The scriptures was given to us for our comfort, so that we can think of those days that's going to come. Let's see if we can get that. Oh yeah, see, this joint gonna act a little weird. So I'm gonna go to the other one. White ass loader. Go to Corinth. We can go to First Corinthians. Like I said, Lord willing, y'all are paying attention and y'all getting it just. You know, these is things right now, because there's a lot of people dying from heart attacks, blood clots. This is the turn up year right now. This is the year of that big tribulation turn up, man. It's gonna be a very big turn up. I I think it's 12 and 9. I believe is in my head. 12 and 9. Let's see. Right. So I'm right. This is First Maccabees chapter 12, the 12th chapter, verse 9. It says, therefore, we also, albeit we need none of these things, that we have the holy books of scriptures in our hands to comfort us. And we just seen it when we just read First Thessalonians chapter 4, man. Your comfort is knowing that, your Lord, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, on the behalf of the Creator, the Most High Yahweh, Abba Yahweh, He's going to send His begotten Son to come get His hopeful elect, right? First Corinthians, the 15th chapter, verse 51 to 52, it says, behold, I will show you a mystery. And this is the time when we are coming together with the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai. I show you a mystery. Ye shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. At the last trump of the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality, man. Right? And this is why we want to always want to be moving with the immortal mindset. When you go to Wisdom of Solomon, I believe the first chapter, it tells you righteousness is immortal. Right? Let me see if I can get that. Actually, I ain't gonna even go there because you already know that's going to play around. Go to sorry, y'all. In the living, see, you're trying to be funny with me, y'all. If you watching on YouTube, I'm gonna just go in my handy dandy apocrypha, Wisdom of Solomon, the first chapter, verse 15. It says, "For righteousness is immortal." Righteousness is immortal, and this is why we got to be thirsty for righteousness' sake, right? Matthew 5, Matthew 5, verse 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Right? If you have your mind on the things above, man, this is why we have to close that door, please. This is why we want to always be praying, always have your mind on things to come, always have your mind on things that's of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's why I commend a lot of men and women to have their faith rooted in the scriptures. Right? So now, since we brought that motivation to the beginning of this lesson, now we're going to actually go to Colossians chapter 2. We're going to go to Colossians chapter 2, and we're going to start 6. Right? Like I said, if anybody have any precepts, you can drop them in the comment board. Right? Hey, now, if you're on Facebook and you want to join, you can send a request. You know what I'm saying? You sharpen the shoulders of the people. This is Colossians chapter 2, verse 6. It says, as ye have therefore received Hamashiach Yahushai, the Lord, so walk ye in him. Right? We got to walk in him. To be rooted in this thing, to be built in this thing, we have to walk in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? And that goes off of showing love. Your brother might be falling. Instead of like stabbing him in the throat, just give him a few precepts just to motivate him. Can somebody come and close this freezer? This walk is to motivate. This walk is to lend a hand. This walk is to get back up. Humpty Dumpty keeps falling, but he keeps getting back up. You know what I'm saying? So this thing is to forgive your brother 70 times 7. We know a lot of us is built with grudges and hate towards one another. You know what I'm saying? We can't forgive one another. Walking like a Mashiach Yahushai is turning the other cheek. You had Judas Issacharite that betrayed Yahushai. You got Peter that denied Yahushai. And this man still was breaking bread with him, right? So we have to walk ye in him. When you go to let's see. When you go to see, I'm adding more precepts to the lesson, right? You got to walk in him. Walk in him is actually going into abiding into Mashiach Yahushua. So we can go to St. John, the 15th chapter, and we're going to go to, I'm going to start at 1. They say, I am the true vine. I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine, no more can ye except ye abide in me. So me and you, as men and women, black, Latinos, and native, regardless if you accept it or if you do, we have to abide in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You have to walk. Shoot, be like Forrest Gump. Run in the ministry. First, you're gonna crawl, then you're gonna walk. Then you're so dedicated to it, you're gonna start running, right? Back to Colossians chapter 2, verse 7, it says, rooted and built it up in him. This is the only way, and the only way to get rooted into something, you have to dig deep. To plant that tree, it had to be dig deep in the soil for it to grow, right? You have to plant yourself. People say I'm eating plant-based, but you really eat plant-based when you get into these scriptures. You see how I switched that? You know what I'm saying? We gotta be rooted in the ministry of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's why you gotta be steadfast and unmovable, because there's gonna be many things that's gonna tempt you, to distract you, to scoff at you, try to go against the ministry, right? You gotta be built it up in this. You gotta be Bob the Builder, right? And established in faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving, man. You got to be established in the faith, right? Not wavering, right? Verse 8, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men. We have to go by the philosophy and the tradition of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, after the rumor of the world and not after Hamashiach, right? We got to actually really say, excuse my language, fuck the world, like Lil Wayne and many other singers. You got to say F the world, right? Still do what you got to do. I'm not saying F the world, hey, let me not get a job. Hey, F the world, let me not eat. Hey, F the world, let me not get clothes. No, you can do that. That's why we always think so freaking vain. What I mean is, so many of us have our mind 24/7 rooted and built it in the world. What's the next trend? What's the next movement? Oh, I'm bored. Oh, I need to smoke a new blunt. What's the next strain? Our mind is so much in the world and being polluted that we're not uh uh being spoiled. Being spoiled. I'm talking about spoiled in a good way, not spoiled like spoiled milk. You got to be spoiled in the philosophy of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You have to be spoiled in his traditions. That every day you're doing it. That every day you're shining your light forevermore. That's what this whole truth is, to shine your light, right? 9, verse 9, they say, for in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily, right? Verse 10, and ye are complete in him, which is the head of all the principalities and power. Ye are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power. You have to understand, when it comes to man and woman, Christ is the head of us two. Then it goes Yahweh. It goes the Most High, right? So our head, we got to be connected. You got to be rooted in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. But if you don't know the basics, I don't know what the heck that's on my. Oh, that's okay. If you don't know the basics of the first 5 books of the Bible, you have to dig deep in these things, because you're going to see them again in Apocrypha. You're going to see them in the prophets. You're going to see them in apostles. Of course, you're going to see them in the gospel, because they're going to re-reference what's in the old. The old can't be solid. How are we gonna forget the old when the new men of the Lord come into when Hamashiach Yahushai come? They're still referencing the prophets. They're referencing the judges. They're referencing Moses and Aaron, Joshua. So why can't we reference them, right? Shalom, big brother. Shalom, Yarmayan. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, if you need the link, let me know, and I will find a way to send you that link. You could slide up. You could slide up in this stream if you want, King. Right? Oh no, no, you at work, Salaki. We're gonna go to Ephesians, the third chapter. We can go to Ephesians, the third chapter, and we can go to verse 17. We're gonna read from 17 to 19. It said that Hamashiach may dwell in your hearts by faith, that ye being rooted and grounded in love. And we got to know love is that action. Love is, if you love me, keep my commandments. So you have to be grounded in the schoolmaster. Let alone is going to if you're building into the ministry that Yahweh Shem Shai all the way from Moses, even before Moses, you're gonna understand that everything before Hamashiach Yahushai was ushering him in. Abraham had faith. Rahab had faith, and she wasn't even an Israelite. Ruth had faith, right? And she was a Moabitess, right? Faith always been around us, but the more we kept hearing of a Messiah, of a Redeemer, right? Of Hamashiach Yahushai, he became a stumbling block, but he is the cornerstone, right? Verse 18, it says, may be able to comprehend with all saints what is the breadth and length and depth and height, and to know the love of Hamashiach, which passeth knowledge, that ye might be filled with all the fullness of the Most High, right? And being built and rooted in Hamashiach Yahushai, right? You're going to be filled with the fullness of the Most High Yahweh Shai. When you see how Hamashiach Yahushai was moving, this man is showing you, teaching you how to be humble. He's teaching you how not to be prideful. If you believe that Hamashiach Yahushai had power to heal, he had power, that the Lord has given him to do beautiful miracles and signs and wonders. If you understand and believe those things, you have to really apply them into your own life. I even believe we can still heal to this day. The more when you have worldly people or people that's coming in this truth, the more they come around you, you shine your light upon them. A lot of us can be dealing with strongholds. If we would chill around more people, okay, con. If brothers and sisters would want to be around each other more with the same vibration, the same light, a lot of us would be able to overcome certain situations. It's not going to be perfect. We're going to still slip and fall, but you always, like, when your light get dim, you're going to always need another light to shine that brightness. If I turn off these two lights that I put in front, it's going to look a little darker on this side, because especially on the YouTube, a little bit on the Facebook. But to shine more light, have a light here, is a light over there, but it's two lights over there. To bring these three lights, it's bringing the light, it's making me shine in they light, right? So that's how it is, man, right? And if you abide in Hamashiach Yahushai, you have to know he's going to abide in you. And that's why a lot of people see your glow. Some people might be like, yo, man, brother, I like your spirit. Man, I like how you teach. It's because that is the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, upon you. And he's reaching the masses. Who gives a damn about this vessel? This is how the Lord works, being rooted, right? We're going to go to St. Matthew, the 15th chapter. And we're going to go to the 13th verse. It says, but he answered and said, every plant which which my heavenly Father have not planted shall be rooted up. So if the Lord did not plant you in this ministry, this is why brothers and sisters is getting rooted out. This is why they come and go. I'm about to join Yaju. You know what I'm saying? Or they come up and start thinking a woman is a god, or Yahweh is not real. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, my daughter on the other side. She getting really into it. When you go to Psalms, the first chapter, it goes into something like that too. Uh, verse 3. So this is Psalms, the first chapter, verse 3. It say, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, and bringeth forth his fruit in his season, and his leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. So this is the difference, right? This is somebody that the Lord planted near that river of water. And you got to know the water that we talking about, of these scriptures and that fire, is the word, man. We can go back to St. John 15, verse 3. The word is what's going to make us clean, let alone have us be built it into the ministry. We're gonna go to St. John 2 instead of paraphrasing, actually read it. St. John 15 and 3. It say, now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. We are clean through the word, right? Let me just get one more. Y'all already know, y'all know where I'm going. Verse 16, it say, wash you. How do you wash yourself? With water. But through the Spirit, we're washing with the scriptures, right? That the Lord send that comforter. Whenever you're getting edified, you're getting increased in knowledge and wisdom. That is the comforter. That is that spirit that the Lord sends. That's the comforter. Nobody can increase in knowledge unless Yahweh Shema Shai is giving the increase. Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doing from before my eyes. Cease to do evil. This is how you be rooted and built in Yahweh Shema Shai. Learn to do well. How do you learn to do well? Seek Yahweh continuously. First Chronicles chapter 16, verse 11, Isaiah 34, verse 16. I think first or second Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, study to show thyself approved. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1 and 2, man. He put these prophecies on paper because they're faithful and true. You have to read. Blessed is he that readeth. Revelations 1 and 3, right? Being built in this thing is reading to apply yourself. How can you learn to do well if you're not searching the scriptures? It says seek judgment. How you going to seek rebuke if you're not seeking it? Or going to a brother like, yo, brother, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm falling short. I ain't gonna lie, I smoked a blunt. A lot of us are so afraid of correction. We don't even go to the Bible for correction. We don't even go to brothers. Like, I am really clearly telling you, my ass past tense, I'm dancing. I had a vape in my hand. Boom, and I made a story. Hey, my brother that's on the YouTube, Yaron Mayan, this man hit me up like 2 seconds later. Yo, what the heck is you doing? I'm like, what you mean? He said, yo, bro, delete that video. You know you had a vape in your hand. I go rewatch the video. I had a whole vape in my damn hand. The man he rebuked me straight off rip, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we need. This is what we need. We be trying to hide something. So we try to hide something. And if you really want to serve the Lord, you really do it. The Lord search your heart. The Lord will make whatever you do in darkness come to light. And this is why you want to be rooted in His truth. Because when you do wrong, you get to fix it. That's what's being built it up about. Being built it up in the truth is letting go of your strongholds, letting go of that slothful spirit. Right? Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs, the second chapter. Proverbs, the second chapter. Anybody got any precepts, any question? Like, is y'all following along? Is you understanding it so far? You know, if you got any questions, man, put them on the comment board. Is y'all understanding? Is you understanding it so far? Right? This is Proverbs chapter 2, verse 22. Please do not be afraid to interact. Because a teacher could be teaching in the class and the teacher could just be speaking. That man ain't gonna really know if you're getting edified, if you're learning, right? And it's each one teach one, each one. This we all have to put our foots down and apply this pressure. So if I'm applying the precepts and you guys are listening, regardless if you washing, cleaning, you're humming, you're dancing, you tap dancing, you skating, if you're listening to 5 or 4 or the whole lesson, are you understanding it? Are you getting it? Right? Don't be afraid to interact. Right? So this is Proverbs, the second chapter, verse 22. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, right? Let alone the other nations. But when we're talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, God's chosen people, the wicked shall be cut off from the earth. The wicked is not going to be rooted and built up. The wicked is not going to think, damn, I didn't get to read today. Oh man, I gotta double up. Right? The wicked is not going to listen. Hey, when a brother saying, man, I'm just reading, I'm about to do a lesson. The wicked is going to try to avoid those things. And we all have our slippery slopes, right? And this is why we want to make sure we're the opposite, right? It say, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it, right? And the transgressors is somebody that sins against the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, right? So the Lord said, the transgressors shall be rooted out of it. And you've seen the precepts that I read earlier. If you hoping to get beamed up and you constantly in there transgressing and being wicked, you're going to be rooted out of here. So stop thinking about getting beamed up and being in the air with Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. We got to have a clear mind when we're thinking about being rechanged and being reevaluated, right? Let's go to Deuteronomy, the 29th chapter. Deuteronomy, the 29th chapter, verse 28. It says, and Yahweh rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and indignations and in great indignation, and cast them into another land as it is this day. As it is this day, the Lord cast us into another land. A lot of the so-called Israelites are not together. My beautiful lady, Miss Gabara, got me this book that I've been waiting to get. Babylon the Timbuktu. I have many other books on my cell phone, my phones, that I want a lot of men and women. If you really take the ministry serious and you're just trying to grow, you're trying to be occupied, you say you bored or I want to go out, man, sit your butt in the house, man, and actually read something that can further make the Bible even more true, right? Start reading. More people going outside, dying outside. Every video I just seen about people having blood clots and heart attacks, each one of them was outside, outside doing what they got to do. If you ain't trying to go out, before you go outside, try to read, apply yourself, put the armor of Yahweh Shema Shai on your mind. You have to, especially in this time, when you watch football, basketball, the fourth quarter is always the most serious quarter out of every sport, right? And mostly a lot of men and women go even harder in that sport when it's the last second. So now we came from COVID, vaccine, sickness, bed bugs, freaking roaches, rats, drugs, chips, even more chips. The dollar about to crash. We're going through so many things. And it's about that time to look between the line and be more rooted in Yahweh Shem Shai and his knowledge and his ministry. Instead of having a zeal just to say, God, God, God. Oh, Yahweh Shem Shai. But we do not have a zeal for learning and furthering our ministry. A lot of us is tripping and falling because we're not girded in this ministry. Because you're not doing enough, but you're having more fun in the world, in your life. That's why the Lord tells you, let me see. Let's go back to Google real quick. Actually, no, we're gonna stay. We're gonna stay here. I'm gonna just go to my handy dandy physical Bible. Right? This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier for Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of his life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. Right? So it's all about us pleasing Yahweh Shai Shai. You should never entangle yourself for the affairs of your life. Having more fun in your life, but you're not applying yourself to grow in the ministry of the Lord. Hey, I'm not telling you that you cannot have fun. But if we put fun in enjoying life over applying and enjoying yourself in this ministry so that you can grow, the time of, man, I'm just saying it for y'all and for myself. For Hamashiach Yahweh Shai to come, that is not a little thing. That is a serious thing. If you do not get beamed up, You don't make it through these trials and tribulations the Lord is testing us and putting us through, you're not going to make it. This is not something you want to slack on. The Lord is not slack in his promise. And the Lord gave you signs and wonders. This man rooted you out of your land. You not in your land, and niggas say, go back home. Nigga, we can't because we got rooted out. We got rooted and booted. He gave you the boot, right? The sister on YouTube, my brother's sister, Adaya Israel. I'm not that good, you feel me? But she said, I'm looking for my book. It's in Buffalo. Oh, you looking for your Babylon 10 buck too? Yo, we need it. Man, we need a big increase right now, right? Let's go to First Kings. Let's go to First Kings. Let's see what First Kings talking about. We can go to First Kings 14, 14 verse 15. Shalom, shalom, Malak. If you want to drop precepts, if you want to join the Facebook Live or the YouTube stream, man, all you got to do is send that request. We'll make it happen, man. Because I know you got some. I know you got some precepts. But this is First King chapter, the 14th chapter, verse 15. For Yahweh shall smite Israel as a reed is shaken in the water, and he shall root up Israel out of his good land, which he gave to their fathers, and shall scatter them beyond the river, because they have made their groves provoking Yahweh to anger. This is why we have to go harder into getting back on the good graces of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He gave us the grace. But we all deserve punishment. We none of us deserve to be in the air with Hamashiach Yahushai. None of us deserve to read the Bible. None of us deserve to teach. But this is how you see the Lord have mercy. If you got a Bible in your house, mercy. If you made it another day, your breath smell like a dragon with a fire conversation, the Lord had mercy. Even though you sisters might have some bald heads, Isaiah 3 and 4, you still made it. You have mercy. Right? Brothers might be losing limbs. You might be in jail. If you made it another day, you still have a chance. It is a lot of 2/3 out here, but I don't know if I'm the elect or not. But at the end of the day, if I know I'm waking up another day, I still have a chance to please the Lord. This is not about a pleasing you. This is about pleasing Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The Lord rooted you out of your land. Let alone the Lord gonna root us out, take us out of our captivity, out of our oppressors' hands. The Lord is going to pluck us out of their hands, because the world is giving to the hands of the wicked. So the Lord is going to repluck us out of their hands that the Lord placed us in. You know what I'm saying? And I know, I think they might not let me get it. Let me see if let's see if the Blue Letter Bible. Yup. They procrastinating. They not letting the king get in there. Okay, that's cool. We can go to Baruch. I'm sorry, y'all. We gonna go to chapter 4, verse 6. It says, "Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemies, for ye provoked him that made you." It said it again. We provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High. Right? We always been provoking Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We even provoke him being lazy. The Lord not dealing with no lazy Israelite man or woman, right? The Lord not dealing with no little freaky little fling, no girl that want to hop from different rod, you damn little blow up fish. Nobody, the Lord is not dealing with niggas that want to just come around and beat their wife and not dwell on them according to knowledge. If a man want to control, you gotta lead while you controlling. You're not controlling your girl like a damn game controller. You have to lead her while you're controlling the foundation, right? My beautiful wives, right, and my kids, I'm not controlling them. I'm guiding them, and that me guiding them is me ushering them to be builded and rooted in Hamashiach Yahushai, right? Everybody getting controlled by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. No man can control a woman can't control a man. It's all Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But we have to be rooted in the relationship, in this marriage. You have to be rooted. If you're not going to be rooted, get booted, right? A lot of men and women in Israel is used to the boot, right? This is Psalms Chapter 52, verse 5, right? It say, the Most High, God, shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living. Salah. Dude, that is something like, dang, man, I did all of this. I did all of this wickedness, man. I deserve it. I deserve it. Yo, when Kanye West said slavery was a choice, it went over my head. I'm gonna be honest. I said, "Oh, that nigga wildin'. Slavery ain't no damn choice." But when you actually look at it on a deeper level, it is a choice. Let me tell you, it was a choice before we got into slavery. When the Lord told you, let's actually go to that. Let's go to that. We can go to Deuteronomy 10. We can go to a basic Deuteronomy 10. He gave you requirements and duties. Soon as you chose to say, fuck that, excuse my language, we grown. We got to get solid with this. Right? As soon as we said F that, then that's when the Lord said, oh, oh. Deuteronomy the 10th chapter, verse 12, it says, and now Israel, what doeth Yahweh thy power require of thee? But to fear Yahweh thy power, to walk in all his ways, and then to love him, and to serve Yahweh thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul. The Lord even put in front of you life and death, blessings and curses. You niggas chose curses and you niggas chose death. I'm trying to make a stop right now in my household. We not choosing death. Yo, I diss my kids. I'm talking stuff to both of my wives and myself. If any one of us slacking, then that we showing ourselves that we don't want the kingdom, man. Every time we always say I, me, and we ain't never saying he. I ain't saying yeah, but we ain't trying to say what he want for us. It's a problem. My kids, I'm not lying. This is a lot of people in Israel, kids, because they're children. But Esau made so many devices to distract the elderly, the people of my age, the teenagers, and the young kids. How do we distract them? With social media, TikTok, YouTube, all of these platforms. When I was growing up, you didn't even have a touch screen. You had to go home to watch TV. You had to talk to your girlfriend. You had to go all the way home to go to that house phone. Esau is trying to make more inventions to make you feel fun. Because when you read, it's boring. Getting closer to God is boring. I want to have fun. And that's why the broad way is a piece of shit, man. Because you have problems with your children because your children, they show certain attitudes. They don't really care about God. They don't. And I be seeing it in some of my children, and I tell them about themselves. Regardless if they children, yo, the Lord is not playing, man. The Lord even put the spirit that was in them damn hogs, them pigs, and put it into children. The Lord put the spirit of them damn pigs, them damn unclean spirits into some kids, right? This is why at my household, we want to be builded and rooted in the Most High, because I'm tired of losing family. I'm tired of losing friends. Even coming into this truth, you know, uh, I know that I want to get beamed up with Yahweh Shema Shai. I want to be protected when all those tribulations come. And you have a lot of families and friends that might not see the bigger picture. And this is what the ministry for, man. You want to constantly pray for the ones that don't know the ministry, and you want to constantly teach it, because eventually, you never know, the Lord might get your little cousin, your uncle, your dad, your mom to actually want to decipher what's really going on in these scriptures. And that's why I'm going to just say it. Please don't get offended. I want disaster to happen. I want tribulation to come, even though the Lord say, woe to them that, desire the day of the Lord, because I might not even make it. But for those things, for the ones that's not hearkening to Yahweh Shema Shai, those are the ones that I wish that the tribulation, more COVID would happen. I can't wait till the technology is broken down where the men of the Lord can't even go out into the street. Because then you're going to know that the Bible said this. The Bible said it's going to be a famine of the word. And I can't wait for these moments to happen, so that in this time, your mother, your uncle, and father can have a chance, another chance to be builded and rooted. You had a chance during COVID. You had a chance when the government had a blackout. You had a chance during all of us getting a stimulus check. You had a chance right now. You have a chance tomorrow. We've been having chances after chances. And this is how you know the Lord has more patience than us. The Lord is more faithful than us, right? We're gonna go now we're gonna deal with being building, right? We're gonna go to Ephesians, the second chapter, right? Ephesians. We can go to Ephesians second chapter, verse 20, 20 and 22, right? Everybody get it so far? Anybody got questions? Anybody got a precept they want to drop? You know what I'm saying? Ephesians 2 and 20, it says, and are built upon the foundations of the apostles and the prophets. Yahweh Shai Hamashiach himself being the chief cornerstone. We all have to understand that, man. And how can you really say you've been reading into the ministry if you're not builded in the foundations of the apostles and the prophets? That's the foundation. Hamashiach Yahushai is the path. So that means you gotta read Ezra. Ezra is the prophet that wrote first and second Ezra's, let alone other books. We have to read about Baruch. Baruch wrote Jeremiah, and he wrote Lamentation. He wrote the book Baruch, and the letter to Jeremiah. Right? We the prayer of Azariah. Right? I'm gonna even show you. We're gonna show you proof. Now my Facebook, now it be acting a little blurry, but I'm gonna still show y'all. Right? Now don't tell nobody my little secrets. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to screenshot my little secrets, but I'm gonna try to put you on game. So it said, and are built upon the foundations of the apostles and prophets. So we're going to see, yes, we had judges, but it said apostles and prophets. So let's look at the prophets and the apostles. Right? It might actually get a little funny with the apostle part. Let me see. Let me see. I might be able to show y'all the prophets. I might not be able to show you the apostles right now because the way this situation is looking right now. Oh yeah, they trying to be funny. Wait, is this it? Hey, no, that's not it. Okay, I got the prophets, but they trying to be funny with me right now. You know how I am. I like to prove all things. I like to get in there and show a little more. Where we at? Where we at? Dang. Okay, I got it. Right. So look, first, yeah, I'm gonna show you the prophets. Prophets is over here. These are all the prophets. Some of y'all might not see it on the YouTube. I know my screen is a little slow, so I'm gonna leave this on the YouTube first. If y'all can see it, this is the prophets right here. The prophets. All the prophets right here. So the Lord said what did he say? He said, and are built it upon the foundation of the apostles and the prophets. So this is the prophets from the major into the minor prophets. The major prophets, you're gonna have, man, actually, we just gonna say all the prophets' names: Samuel, Elijah, Elisha, Jonah, Amos, Isaiah, Hosea, Micah, Nahum, Jeremiah, Zephaniah, Ezekiel, Daniel, Habakkuk, Obadiah, Zechariah, Haggai, Malachi, and Joel. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and Daniel is the major prophets. I would even say Samuel. I would even say Elijah in that thing. But we're going to stay with the four major prophets. And then the minor prophets, of course, you will have Micah, Nahum, Hosea, Habakkuk, Obadiah, Zechariah, Haggai, and Malachi, and Joel. Then I don't have a lot of them, but I do. Now the apostles is like, this is the New Testament for the apostles, but this is just all the characters in the New Testament right here. These are the rest of the characters of the New Testament dealing with the ones that walked with Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, and the ones that are yeah. And of course you got polite, you got all the basically major characters, Harad the Great, but you had the apostles in here, right? And I just wanted to show that, right? So it said, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and the prophets. So all of us, that shows that me and you have to be reading the ministry of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to be built it in the prophets, right? Verse 21, and I'm gonna read my brother's precept after I read these two. It say, verse 21, in whom all the building fitly framed together groweth unto an holy temple in Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, in whom ye are also are builded, wait, hold on, in whom ye also are builded together for an habitation of the Most High through the Spirit, right? And really being builded together is actually being a church, being a unity. Because when you look at Sirach, the 25th chapter, the first verse, the Lord said it's three things he loved: the unities of brethren, the love of neighbors, and when a husband and a wife agree. And a lot of us don't have, we have unity in a certain organization or the brothers that you labor with, right? But when you look at the whole body of Israel, we're not fully built it together. But one thing for sure, as a unit, the black and Latinos and natives, whatever congregation and name, even if you prophesy in 100% truth, or if you're good at teaching the law, when we're teaching thus saith the Lord and you're calling on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, we're all held accountable, right? So my brother Yarmayan put Isaiah 29:14, and it says, therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. Right? And look, everything that the Lord do is marvelous, right? How he even brought brothers into ministry, and it was already predestined. Hey, if we were if you are in the ministry now, you have to think years ago that you can't even remember. I'm talking about 100, 1,000 years ago that you could not remember. You were probably a man that was probably doing the same thing you're doing now, right? If you're rooted and built in this thing, in your past life, you probably was a man that was rooted and built in this truth. If you ever get out of this truth, you probably was one of those has-beens. You was never in the damn truth, right? In your past life, however you acting now, you could tell, hey, my past life, this had to be me. If you're fervent in this thing, you're studious in this thing through the Spirit, you could have been one of them brothers that was hanging around Paul or something, right? Through the Spirit. This is why everything in this Bible, and when you walk your life, it shall always have you like, I'm gonna bring out the word, or man, your brother should always get in the spirit some type of way, right? Oh, heck yeah, man. Any more books? Man, I'll tell you. Hold on. The brother said, just brought Babylon to 10.2, looking to up my knowledge. Man, I'm about to tell you right now. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm asking for interaction. Thank you, Yaramayan. You know what I'm saying? And thank you, King, for asking a question. So we gonna answer, we gonna get this man something, right? Because that's what it's about, being builded and rooted in this thing. Anything to further the Bible for bringing 100% information, we have to increase the information. So there's no way a man or a woman can turn away from hearing the word. So when you got books outside of the Bible that makes the Bible more real, you best to believe. So I got a book right here. I got the two Babylons. The two Babylons. You might not be able to see the two Babylons. It deals with Rome and the old Babylon, let alone later on dealing with America. I got two of these books right here. It's called How White Folks Got Rich. The man that you see, that's the dude that owned the Clippers. And he had a recording out when he was telling his little fling, his little mistress that's black, don't bring blacks to my game or to my building. So this book don't necessarily go all the way on him, but it just goes on how racist white men uh got got even more rich by being racist. I got this book, Who is Esau Edom? This is pretty good. This Esau Edom book is really pretty good. It's short. This one is The Pale Horse. I actually had the physical copy, but I got it on the Kindle. The dude from the Congress, from the Pentagon, he wrote this book. I was in jail when I first got this book. I'm sorry, my freaking. Come on, man. The joint acting mad funny. Why do it do that? Okay, so this one right here is called The Pale Horse. When I was in jail, they was trying to sell this joint in a library for $1,000. The man was telling secrets of NASA and with many other things. Right? I got the statue in the book of Daniel to further any man or any woman that want to go further with Daniel, understanding the whole chapter of Daniel. It's another book. I know you can't really see it. I'm sorry, King. I'm trying to name it to you. If later on I'll probably inbox you pictures. It's another Edomite wrote a book about his nation. His name is William Beeston. He wrote the book The Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomite. That book was good, basically showing me that the same Edomites that's running America is the same from back then. To further Hanukkah, because a lot of us don't read the book of Maccabees, but this one right here would make you go to the book of Maccabees to understand about Hanukkah Feast of Dedication. I'm sorry, I can't get in the screen. It's another book by Dante Fortson. It's called The Undeniable Full Color Evidence of Black Israelites in the Bible. This is a really good book. I'm telling you, I read one page. It's just because I have so many things going on that I'm reading from, going here and going here. Like, man, I'm telling you, like, this is my main source that I mostly be in. The Rose tablet, man. I'm telling you, get this book. Shalom, my guy. Yahweh Shalom Shai, man. My guy, man. I love what y'all doing, man. You got another one that's called Daniel's Prophecies Unsealed. And this is another book to hyphen you if you want more history on the book of Daniel. I'm sorry you can't really see it. I'm sorry. Anybody that's on YouTube, this is another book for the prophecy of Daniel. And the last one is Hebrews to Negroes. I just wanted that just to, scan through it, right? So those are the books. Lord willing, I can send you screenshots of those, King. So let's get back into this. Shalom, Sam. Shalom, man. If you got any precepts, anybody got precepts you want to add on to what's going on, please do, right? Okay. So we're going to go to Colossians chapter 1. Don't mind it's nothing you could do. My daughter in there having a good time, man. So this is Colossians chapter 1, verse 23. It say, if ye continue in the faith, I'm going to stop right there. When you come in this faith, when we continue in this faith, grounded and settled, like 1 Corinthians 15 and 8, you have to be stand fast and unmovable in this thing. You can't come in this thing wanting to be moved. I didn't come in this thing to contradict about the Lord. I didn't know nothing about the Bible. That means I didn't know nothing about God. So I can't contradict what he can and what he can't do. If this man has power that I never fathom, I should never question a man that created all things. Help me to help you. My thoughts is not even his thoughts. Yo, man, we talk about the flat earth and a round earth. Even if one of them is true, do you know how far-fetched, how crazy it go over your head to really say, you know what? That motherfucker flat. You know what? That thing is round. Man, I'm telling you, the Lord got power to make it whatever he want. That's how how his power is beyond a Harry Potter or a Superman or a freaking Thanos. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we can't put the Lord in a damn cup or a box. You gotta really analyze this, right? I just had to go on that rant. It said, be not moved away from the hope of the gospel. So you don't want to be moved away from the good news, which ye have heard. which was preached to every creature which is under heaven, whereof I Paul am made a minister. So now that we get to read and reflect on what the prophets and the apostles was is teaching, preaching, and they preaching about the gospel, the good news, we have to teach about this good news. The good news is about to come, but is you prepared, right? I see my brother Ratazak, you brought out I'm gonna bring out the first one you brought out. John, the 4th chapter, verse 21. It say, whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him will never thirst. But the water that I shall give him will become in him a fountain of water springing up unto everlasting life. That water is this word that we was just going into, right? Right? We can go to we can go to your other John verse. That's a good verse though. I ain't gonna lie to that. And this is every day, every man and every woman should be drinking of that water. Man, we can go to the other precept too that I already brought out. Right? This is St. Matthew chapter 5, verse 6. It say, blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Come on, man. That water that the Lord gonna give you is that righteousness, man. You gotta hunger and thirst for it. Oh, hey man, I ain't gonna lie, it still was good though, man. To be built in this truth, you definitely have to be drinking the water, Yahweh Shema Shai. But I'm about to go to verse 14 for you, King. Verse 14, it says, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. Look, we just said it, man. Should never thirst. The water that the Lord gonna give you, you're gonna never thirst, and it's the righteousness, man. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Right? Yo, look, yo, man, look, y'all brothers bringing out beautiful precept. Yo, Sam on the YouTube, he doubled back and went to Psalms 1. That's a beautiful precept that you put, Karatazat. When you go to Psalms, the first chapter, verse 1 and 3, it say, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Right? You're gonna walk in the counsel of Yahweh because he's gonna give you this water that you ain't gonna never thirst, nor stand in the way of sinners. Right? If you constantly pursuing the water that the Lord is going to give you, that eternal life, you're not gonna want to be in the way of a sinner, nor sitteth in the seat of scornful, right? You're not gonna want to be sitting in the seat of scornful people, men or women, in and out of the truth, right? But this delight is in the law of Yahweh, but his delight is in the law of Yahweh, and his law do if he meditate day and night. And any man that's drinking of that water that Hamashiach Yahweh Shai said you would never thirst, that means you're meditating in it every day and night. How you not gonna thirst? Because you're always meditating, and you always meditating in his ministry. You always meditating in his light. You always meditating in his mysteries, right? Always meditating in his precepts. You want more understanding. It's never enough, right? Verse 3, Shalom, Rodney. It say, and Shalom, Gadget. Verse 3, it says, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his seasons. And his leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. So, I'm gonna read this in another translation too. Told you, my daughter lay over there. Where's it at? Where's it at? Not gonna do me like that, though. We'll just read an NIV. No, I'm gonna read the Christian Standard Bible. It say he is like a tree planted beside flowing streams. Come on, yo, because the ministry of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is a flowing ministry. It's a flowing truth. It's a flowing judgment. It's a flowing correction. It's a flowing direction. It's a flowing GPS. It's a flowing transition. Because why is your adversaries never stopping? Because it's always flowing. Do you think because you having fun, your oppressors is like, you know what? Let's take a break. No, They do their vacation. While they do their vacation, they still plotting on more inventions. Even if they doing a vacation, they have other workers that still doing their dirty works. And through the spirit, they call minions, right? It says um that bears its fruit in its seasons, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever he does prosper. So guess what? If we constantly asking the Lord, I need that water, man. I'm fainting, right? And that means if we abide, if we cleave to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, guess what? We're gonna prosper. What did he say in the book of let's go to that actually. Let's go to Joshua, the first chapter, right? Joshua, the first chapter. And we're going to read verse 8. It says, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." These things is for our good. For later on, when now that we see the coming of Hamashiach Yahushai, even while we're trying to commit ourselves to rehearse the righteous acts, we got to further our faith. Right now, it's called doubling time in your faith. Because you seeing people that look, I had a little baby, little fake vision dream sleeping, and I'm like, damn, everybody getting a heart attack, people getting blood clots. What if it happened to me? Because the Lord is really swiping. What they call it, what they call that drinking door, swiper, no swiper. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is swiping people out, and none of us know. And then guess what we do? We keep on. Let's party, guys. I don't see how nobody ain't bugging out. I seen one of my mans. I don't know what city he was in. Minnesota. He was somewhere. This man went to Walmart, and it wasn't shit in there. You know what I'm saying? These is things we gotta you gotta ponder. They talking about famine of food. You got other places coming out with bombs that's a nuke and it got missiles connected to it. That's man, like what? Then you got people talking about the dollar gonna collapse. Why people in the regular world is not talking about the dollar gonna collapse? But you got women on YouTube, hey, they call me Chip Girl. Then she shows a tour of her walking through her house, going to her cars, and she just using the chip. But we not looking in between lines, man. Because guess what? We not rooted in the ministry of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Only ones that want to be rooted is going to always watch. And they're going to be praying, man. We're not safe. I'm telling you, you're not safe, man. Right? Miss Gabar, she just put John, the 7th chapter, St. John, the 7th chapter, verse 37 to 38. It say, "In the last days, that great day of the feast, Yahushua stood and cried, saying, If any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink. He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water." And this is what the men of the Lord is doing on these highways and byways, because they're believing in Hamashiach Yahushua. Even more, they believe that name Jesus Christ is not his real name. That when you fall and go all the way back to the Paleo Hebrew, you'll find out that his name is Hamashiach Yahushua. Right? You have to believe on him as a person, let alone believe on his name, let alone believe on what he came to do, let alone believe on what he preached. When you do those things, you believe, man. When you know that he died for your sins as a Israelite, not as a white person, not as an African booty scratcher. When you go to Second Esdras, the 3rd chapter, the last verse, he says, only Israel kept his precepts. Precept is a commandment, let alone when you say sin and you transgress. If you're not keeping the precepts, that means you are sinning, that you're not keeping that commandment. And only Israel was given it. If you go to Psalms 147 chapter down to verse 19 and 20. We can't put the other nations in that. When the Bible deals with nations, every nation was given whatever they was given, but Israel is the chosen people that God elected. And it's only one God, and it's only one mediator. And you got all these other angels, let alone the children of Israel as angels. Right? We have to apply that pressure because Yahweh Shai is so real. And when you watching a real clock and they say tick, 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 tick. Man, one day to the Lord is 1,000, while we over here living one day at a time. Yo, like this is different. Let me see if I can get him, man. I gotta get him because I just said it. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that. Please let me get that. Where is it? Where we at? It's supposed to be. Here we go. This is Second Peter, the 3rd chapter, verse 8. It says, "But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing." So I'm gonna tell y'all, do not be ignorant of this one thing. Facebook and YouTube, right? All the brothers and sisters that could be watching now and later, right? Don't be ignorant of this one thing. That one day is with Yahweh Shema Shai as 1,000 years, in 1,000 years as one day. What the heck? 1,000 years is one day to Yahweh. Let alone we living as a human being over here and we can't get nothing right. We are not trying to tap in. Yo, the Lord is a masterpiece. He's a mastermind. This man really could have been slick. If we say F the Bible, let's just say forget the Bible. What are we going to use to get our people back together? And that's how we go back in. You know, your heart is deceivable above all things. So that means we would have to use something that God is going to give us that knowledge. If the Lord gave signs back then that people was able to sing, how are we going to know about those signs? The only one that we came here, but how are we going to know the Lord sent us here? How is it that the number one major thing in society, besides gold, is reading? When you watch the Prince of Egypt, when Joseph was trying to write on the wall, and the Pharaoh's wife was trying to holler at him, that man was writing. What do you do when you text? You use emojis, right? Reading is the number one important thing, especially if you're doing treaties and you got to tell somebody to relay a message. Sometimes they will relay a message and give a scroll. But if you don't know how to read, how the hell you gonna know how to write? All the words that we speak, the Lord is the it factor for everything that you can think and not think of. So we put the Lord in a box that he can't do this, but I know he can do that. Nigga, you a human. I'm just saying that because being rooted in the Lord is way bigger, right? So I'm gonna just say this and then we're gonna get back into it, right? This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah 55. And I have to read 6, and I always be bringing this out. It says, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near." Those two things, when chaos happen and people got to flee their house, you're going to wish that you was trying to find the Lord. You're going to wish that all them times when the Lord said I was near and you wasn't seeking him, you're going to say, I wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda, tutta. Right? It says, "Let the wicked forsake his way." In order to be rooted and builded in Yahweh Shema Shai, you have to be rooted. You have to be rooted in here to forsake your wicked way. A lot of y'all never forget your wicked way. Just because, hi guys, I'm going to give you $1. I got a job. I'm a good parent. That does not mean you're forsaking your wicked way. None of y'all, I'm telling you, there's a lot of us out here living our day to day and we have kids and we're not teaching them anything. We're not. You think you is, but you're just you're a man, this and that, but you're not teaching them about these holidays, birthdays, the captivity. You ain't even teaching them why they're here. You're not even teaching them why they're called African Americans, right? It says, in the unrighteous man, his thoughts. You have to forsake your thoughts. Even more, when you forsake your thoughts, now you have to go in a different way of leading, teaching, being a parent, and let him return unto Yahweh. When you turn to Yahweh, you become a new parent, right? You become a new man and a new brother and a new friend. He will have mercy upon him and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts. So if our thoughts are not the thoughts of the Most High, shouldn't we try to seek what the Most High is thinking? Guess what? Book, chapter, verse me, please, because it's in book, chapter, verse. You have the Lord gave you at least a percentage of what he's thinking, man. Right? It says, neither are your ways my ways, says Yahweh. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Yo, this is like I don't want to compare myself to God at all. Because the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, his ways and his thoughts is higher than me and you. So why not be built in somebody that could kill the soul and the spirit? But you want to be, I want to be buddy buddy with a whole nother man, but a whole nother man can lead your ass into a ditch. It's about being girded and on fire for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Your comforter is in the scriptures that he gave you. The socket gave you the blueprint. You can't be nobody without the socket. Damn sure the plug can't be nothing without the socket. Hamashiach Yahweh Shai can't be nothing without the socket, who is Abba Yahweh, man. Right? This truth is your whole life. This your whole life plan. Nigga say, what's your purpose, your goals? It been right in front of you. We just never seen it. Now it changed. I want to be a rapper, the greatest rapper, the best celebrity. Hey, that's cool to have those. Do your thing. But Lord should always be the first thought in your life for anything, because we fucked up. And you have a whole doggy trail to show that you fucked up. Right? So we're going to go to Romans 11. We're going to read verse 17. I'm going to read verse 17 all the way to 21, but no offense to anybody. We're going to read it in a New Living Translation. I don't think they'll let me do this. So I'll do it this way. Excuse me, y'all. Just bear with me for like a few minutes. Sorry for all the people that's on YouTube. My damn computer be acting real funny sometimes. So I said we was gonna go to Romans 11 chapter. Right, we gonna go into the New Living Translation, right? So lucky y'all, my computer is having a hard time right now. Come on, man. I'll just use my phone, man. That's crazy. Why they do it like that right now? Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me now? Dang. Oh, she said I'm back. Man, I don't know what the heck happened, but the demon trying to take over the word. So, okay. So if you can still hear me, I'm a I'm gonna go. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I just want to make sure before we keep going. You can hear me? I'm gonna go back and read it again. Romans the 11th chapter, verse 17 to 21. Okay, so you can. Okay, good. So Romans 11, the 17th verse, it says, "But some of these branches from Abraham's tree," right? So Abraham's tree from descendant Isaac and Jacob, then the 12 descendants. Some of the people of Israel have been broken off. So now you already know it's people of Israel that have been broken off. Then you Gentiles who were branches from a wild olive tree have been grafted in. So now you also receive the blessing the Most High has promised Abraham and his children, sharing in the rich nourishment from the root of the Most High special olive tree. But you must not brag about being grafted in to replace the branches that were broken off. And I believe that you shouldn't boast about anything really in the truth except for boasting the ministry of Yahweh Shem Shai, right? It says you are just a branch, not the root. Well, you may say those branches are broken off to make room for me. Yes, but remember, those branches were broken off because they didn't believe in Hamashiach. So if you're not believing in Hamashiach Yahushai, you're gonna be broken off, just like these branches, right? That's why we want to be built and rooted in the whole ministry of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So don't think highly of yourself, but fear what could happen. That's why I was bringing out First Thessalonians chapter 4, First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51 to 52. Because if you really want to get in the kingdom, you want to hope to get beamed up and be in the cloud with Yahweh Shema Shai. But if you're not thinking of those things, it might happen that you might get broken off. 21, it says, "For if the Most High did not spare the original branches, he won't spare you either. He's not going to spare the ones that's going to come back into the pavilion of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. When you come back into this truth, I ain't gonna lie. For that moment in that time, we just been away from the truth for a little moment of time. If you coming back to your roots. You being in this thing, you coming back to your first love, right? Coming back to your first teacher, right? You can go to Ephesians 5. We can go to Ephesians 5, the 20th verse. It says, give thanks always for all things unto the Most High and the Father in the name of our Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every month, every year, you should be giving thanks, for all the things that you have. Man, for even knowing the loss, for even knowing that you're an Israelite, for even knowing your real nationality, for even being able to still wake up another day, even being able that, the Lord, you even still got to bless, you got to thank the Lord that he chastising you. Because the more, when he chastising you, he's dealing with you. If the Lord ain't putting you through something, your body not getting messed up, you ain't getting sick, you getting headaches, you getting annoyed or something, how you gonna know if the Lord really dealing with you? right? Let alone you just want light shining. You want everything to be good, good. Sometimes it could be the littlest thing that could let you know God dealing with you, right? And guess what it's gonna make you do? It's gonna make you keep moving. Some brothers get in the spirit, they start doing a lesson. So I've seen brothers have a dream and wake up and then they start doing a lesson off their dream, right? The spirit will compel you to start prophesying, right? We're gonna go to Psalms again. Psalms, we're gonna start at 3 down to 6. No, we're gonna just start at 3 to 6 and say, he shall be like a tree planted by the river of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away, right? And the ungodly is going to be the ones that's going to be broken off, right? In Israel, what we just read in Romans, those are going to be the ones that's going to be broken off, right? Driven away. Those are going to be the ones that build a foundation in hay or wood, and that joint get blown down. Therefore, the verse 5, therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. You're going to get consumed. Those are those branches. Those are those branches that's going to get broken off, right? For Yahweh knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish, right? That's why those broken branches, they get broken off. And let's see what St. John say. Oh, Talaki, St. John the 15th chapter in the 6th verse. It says, if a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. Right? Withered. Let's make look, and I just like looking up to going further in it because it makes you be like, dude, I want this, man. I'm not trying to get withered away, man. Right?
Strong's G 3583, Xerino. Xerino.
So say the rhino. Right? Wither away. The biblical usage, one of them is to make dry, dry up, wither, to become dry, be withered, of plants, of ripening, of crops, of fluid, of the member of the body, to waste away. It said to waste away. What was the strongest definition by implication? No, T acidicate by simplification, to shrivel, to mature, dry up, pine away, be ripped, wither away, right? Wither away. It's the same when you look at your leaves and they be all green looking, the color withers away, the next thing you know, the damn plant wither away. You can go outside and stamp on a leaf right now, that joint gonna be crunchy like a Dorito, right? And this is why I'm saying I don't want to be withered away. I really don't. I don't want whoever watched this and who's not watching it to get withered away. Lord willing, but it's all about you applying the pressure, right? Because if we don't apply the pressure, then we basically telling the Lord, man, wither me away. Wither me away, brother. We can go to Psalms 92, verse 13. It says, those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish in the courts of our power. I'm trying to be you. You want to plant, you want to try, you want to do, you want to make it your purpose duty to be planted. Like that should be our first goal on the list. All of us got goals and accomplishments, fantasies, thoughts in our mind. We want to accomplish. The first one is to be planted. We're in this wicked ass vessel. This vessel, usually a lot of us don't wake up with the thought of Yahweh by Shema Shah in our mind, and we'll hurry up and say, oh, I don't have to, or We'll just make up excuses, man. Yeah, I care for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Man, you gotta really have the Lord in your heart. You gotta be planted. This is Isaiah, the 61st chapter, verse 3. It says, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, right? The plant of Yahweh, that he might be glorified, right? You want to be that plant of Yahweh, that he might be glorified, right? And I'm gonna even read in another translation, and I'm gonna read. It's a word that they were saying, right? When you see it in the SBC, I really want the New Living Translation or the GNT or the GNT. Oh, the New Living Translation right here. It say, "To all who mourn in Israel, he will give a crown of beauty of ashes, a joyous blessing instead of mourning." Come on, festive praise instead of despair. And in their righteousness, they will be like great oaks that Yahweh has planted for his own glory. Come on, man. We want to be that oak tree. Them oak trees be strong though. I ain't gonna hold you. Oak trees be strong. Let's look at this. Let's look at that. He said, what did he say? I just want to see. I just want to see. I don't know if y'all want to see, but me, I want to see that righteousness. See what he talking about. Justice, rightness, righteousness, what is right or just, normal, righteousness, justness of ways and measures, righteousness in government, of judges, rulers, kings, of law, of David, King, Messiah, of Jerusalem as seat, of just government, of God's tribute, righteousness, justice, and case. See, that's beautiful, man. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna have to go to this. We gotta go to this. Um, let's go to Jeremiah the 17th chapter, verse 7 and 8. It say, "Blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahweh, in whose hope Yahweh is." Right? We gotta be, man, we gotta have full trust in Yahweh, right? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. God will do nothing but reveal his secrets to the prophets, let alone the Lord is showing signs and wonders, right? This is why I respect brothers putting videos out. There's no way nobody can't say they can't understand the scriptures. Even if you trying to learn it on your own, you take away from knowing that a lot of us is going to need somebody to give the sense. And I'm telling you, it's times that I definitely went to a brother to make sure, because sometimes you want to make sure you're on the same page. You don't want to look out here looking like a chicken with your head cut off, right? Nehemiah 8 and 8, it say, "So they read in the book in the law of the Most High distinctly and gave the sense and caused them to understand the reading." So even in the law, we was trying to get the sense, let alone in the prophets and the apostles, the dark sayings and the parables, all these prophecies, certain scriptures, certain line upon line precepts. You're going to need somebody to give you the sense, just like what Philip had to do to the one brother that was reading Isaiah in the Acts the 8th chapter, verse 29 to 31. He the man said, Philip was like, "Man, you understand?" He said, "Nah, unless somebody give me the sense." You know, he needed somebody to guide him. And we all need somebody to guide us, right? And that's what's trusting the Lord. Because I believe the Lord revealed his secrets to the prophets, let alone the Lord is going to do other miracles that I'm going to be able to comprehend and see. Because the more you abide in Yahweh Shem Shai, the more you trying to be foot first in this thing, the Lord what eventually increase you. You know what I'm saying? Increase. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better. Right? But the Lord would never put you in a situation you cannot handle. So the Lord might have my spirit not like a certain teacher or a certain brother that's delivering. And that might be why I'm not watching your lessons. And that's all because of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. I trust in him that I'm getting the information that fill my belly. I want to be filled. right? And you have to be planted, right? So verse 8 say, for he shall be as a tree planted by the waters. That goes back to that Psalms 1 and 3. We have to always want to be planted by that water. When brothers is teaching there the Niagara Falls water, it's a tree in the water. It's a tree in the water, and you got this water just pushing, and that tree never fell. You got to be firm, like these trees. Like this tree over here, probably been around for like many years. That tree probably been in there rooted in the ground, right? It say that spreadeth out of her roots by the river, and shall not see when heat cometh, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. You don't want to never cease from yielding fruit. That you always have to be occupied in the Lord. That's why Sirach 4 and 28, strive for the truth until death. You want to strive all the way in this thing until you see death coming. Basically, your persecution coming, right? Me teaching, regardless if they see me on Facebook, IG, Instagram, YouTube, I'm going to teach. Lord willing, he still give me that spirit to want to teach, right? He still got me in this thing. You know what I mean? You doing this thing that the enemies don't like when truth come out. They don't. I just posted a YouTube video and a Facebook video. I will play it for y'all, but everybody that's on, I don't know. Actually, probably could play it. I don't. It's not my internet. It's just my laptop be acting a little foo with the tutu. Now, you're not, whoever's on Facebook, you're not going to be able to see it. So you're just going to be able to hear it. So, Lord willing.
Shalom, Israel. I want to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh.
I'm going to just try to move a little.
Hebrew. Jesus, his real name.
My name is Montague William III. And what I will tell you may well sound absurd, but the less who believe it, the better for me. For you see, I'm in banking and big industry. For many a year we have controlled your lives, while you all just struggle and suffer in strife. We created the things that you don't really need, your sports cars and fashions and plasma TVs. I remember clearly how all this began. Family secrets from father to son, inherited knowledge that gives me the edge, while you peasant people lie sleeping at night in your beds. We control the money that controls your lives, whilst you worship false idols and wouldn't think twice about selling your souls for a place in the sun. These things that won't matter when your time is done. But as long as they're there to control the masses, I just sit back and consider my assets, safe in the knowledge that I have it all, while you common people are losing your jobs. You see, I just hold you in utter contempt. But the smile on my face, well, it makes me exempt. My name.
The smile on his face just shows you he doesn't.
Look, hey, I'm just trying to show you that truth is out here. You know, you got the enemies working constant. They'll even tell you their little secret demise in TV shows and movies. They'll even tell you straight in your damn face, like that was just in that video. That is a real man. You can go look him up for yourself. For him to have that thought, that's how you know the other nations don't give a damn about you. And I'm trying to, Lord willing, the best of my ability, to give the sense of what it means to be rooted and builded in this truth. This is only for Black, Latinos, and natives. If you don't accept that, that is cool. That is fine. If you do accept it, when I say Black, I'm not talking about every brown-skinned brother and sister. When I say Black, I mean so-called African Americans, so-called Jamaicans, and so-called Haitians. When I say so-called Latinos, of course, I mean, where is that? Where is it at? Wait. I got it. No, I don't got it. When I say Latinos, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Dominicans, Cubans. I don't really know all of them, right? But then you got the East. You got the Indians: Gad, Reuben, Zebulon, Naphtali, Issachar, right? This is who this lesson is for. Every lesson that I do, every lesson that I think is for building our nation. Because since we've been here for all these years, in any other place, now we here, we haven't really had anybody that really wanted to root and build us up, except for the men that I believe that's out here on the highways and byways. Not only the brothers that I labor with. I'm not gonna say the Lord is only working with my brothers that I'm laboring with, but his brothers in in other congregations, man. Not just only Great Millstone, not just only WFI, Sons of Thunder, HOI, regardless if it's the camps that you might not, that you dislike or you don't want to join. I don't care if it's I don't care what congregation, IUIC, ISUBK, ISOC. Man, the Lord is working through all the men that are calling on the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai, and that is actually teaching the words in the ministry and the doctrine of Yahweh Shemel Shai. But other than that, the Lord is putting a spirit on some of the men and the women to eat the meat and spit out the bones of the things that they don't need. But that is the Lord doing all these things. And I'm just saying it's enough is enough. We had all our fun. I don't give a damn on how you feel or your emotions and the fun that you want to do. You do that. But if you're not thinking about getting the kingdom, stop saying God. Stop saying Jesus. Stop even saying both of their names in your mouth, because only the real men and women that's really serving the Lord or trying to serve the Lord, trying to search for the Lord, should really be saying his name. If you don't really care, but it's gonna always be there because Romans 10:2, you're gonna always have a zeal of God and not a corner of knowledge. I can't stop that, right? But this is what's destroying us, is because we don't want to learn. We don't have a zeal of knowledge. We don't care for those things. We care for the next design coming out, the next fashion, the next video game, right? The next girl with a freaking butt job, right? The next celebrity, the next music video. We looking at all these things, but none of y'all ever looked for the Lord. That's why a lot of you niggas, excuse my language, I just gotta call you that because you don't want to be called God chosen. A lot of y'all really good at hide and seek. And if we was to say who want to seek, a lot of you simple-minded brothers and sisters that's calling the name of the Lord but don't have a zeal for his knowledge, a lot of y'all is the ones that say, I'm not it. I'm hiding. I'd rather hide. I'm tired of hiding, man. I'm tired of hiding. I want to do it today. I want to tell the Lord I want to seek. I want to be the all-time seeker. Every day we play hide and seek, I want to be the seeker. Forget that. I want to be like that Edomite, Harry Potter. He was a seeker. I want to be a seeker. I'm tired of hiding, man. The more you hide in laziness. You lie in your depression. You lie in you hide in your lust. You hide in your damn money. You hide in your damn vacations. You hide in your damn weed. You hide in a damn yaju. You hide in your bachelorette moments. You hide in, you know what? I know the truth, but I'ma just enjoy myself. You hide in, you know what? Just because you don't want to wear fringes as much as you don't, you still niggas is hiding out here. It's some brothers and sisters that's wearing fringes. Y'all niggas is still hiding, man. A lot of us is not seekers, man. Some of us is seekers, but some of us is we're weak at seeking. It's times that I am not a full seeker. It's times that I'm on fire for seeking. It's times that I get lazy. Hey, guess what? That is not good. And I'm dissing myself in front of you because I am no better than you. We all have to double up. Just because I'm in the truth don't mean, oh, my position is saved. If that's the case, where my halo at? I should be beaming. I should be able to see a dream and then prophesy that. I should be able to do some of these things that Jeremiah, but I don't know if I'm that guy. But I'm going to just constantly bid my people to the marriage and prophesy prophecies, dark sayings, Jacob trouble. I'm a prophesy disaster, right? And if you don't feel comfortable, hey, that's the Lord making you uncomfortable, right? Because I'm not here to make you uncomfortable, right? You don't want to never be comfortable in these captivities anyways, right? We're going to go to Ezekiel. Ah, dang. I can't even, the screen not even letting me. Oh, yes, we got there. So I'm going to go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel, the 17th chapter. 3. Okay. This is Ezekiel 17, verse 23 to 24. Read. Sending forth its branches, producing seed. Birds of every sort will nest, finding shelter in the shade of its branches. And all the trees who cuts the tall tree down, it makes the short tree grow taller. It is I who makes the green tree wither. Spoken, and I will do what I said. Dead tree 5 years ago. So now it let me know that the Lord made me a new life tree. How did He make me a new life tree? By leading me to what life is. You go to St. John, you got to go to it. You have to. You have to. We have to. We have to go to St. John. St. John, the 14th chapter. So I guess I'm over here spelling wrong. Shalom, Malak, Shalom, Yahweh Shai Bakatham. My guy, right? This is St. Matthew uh 14 and 6 to say, Yahweh Shai said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So I gotta go through Hamashiach Yahweh Shai to be renewed. You got to be renewed. The only way you can be renewed is falling in the arms, in the bosom of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Let's go to Ephesians 4. Ephesians 4 is in my mind now. Ephesians 4 is in my mind now. Oh, verse 20. We can go to verse 22. It say that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man. Yeah, when you actually abide and you're trying to be steadfast and unmovable in the foundation of Yahweh Shema Shai, you have to be willing. You have to be willing to put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corruptible according to the deceitful lust, and to be renewed in the spirit of your mind. How are we going to be renewed? You have to be digging deep into the foundation of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. You have to be renewed by not looking at the world and actually looking at Yahweh Shema Shai. Look, I got another one, and I'm gonna go back to that. I'm gonna go back to that. You see how it's just like the scripture just coming to my name mind so quick. I think it was First Corinthians. I think it's 15 and 16. You see? No, that's not that. Uh, dang, I forgot what it was. Oh yeah. Second. This is and I brought this out last night on the live. A human point of view. One, we thought of merely from a human point of view. Shoot, that just got me amped. It said, verse 24, it say, and that ye put on the new man with way lying, speaking every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another. You got to somebody that do. And if you don't got the answer, you better go try to find the answer. Search and you will find. Knock and it will be open to you. Right? Dang, that was a good one. I like that. Okay. Let's go to Matthew, the 7th chapter. We're gonna go to verse 24 and 25. Lord willing, is everybody understanding this? Is anybody lost? YouTube, Facebook, you and there, Miss Goodbye. Okay, okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody got a precept or a question or a precept they didn't hear that they might want reread again? Closed mouth don't get fed. I just want to make sure. Okay, nobody's responding. That's fine. So St. Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 to 25. It says, therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, so whoever hear the sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And what rock is that? Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Is a solid foundation. And the rain descended, and the flood came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. Let's actually go to St. Luke. You already know where I'm going. Let's see. Do anybody know where we going? We'll go to verse 48 because that already I don't have to go through the whole thing. So let's go to verse 48. It says, oh yeah, con. It's just want to make sure. I want to make sure everybody understand and don't want to be giving information that somebody can't understand or don't agree with. It say he is like a man which built in house and dig deep, right? And I ain't gonna lie though, that first line that definitely saved my life too. And it said, laid the foundation on a rock, and that rock is a Mashiach. How shine low will, and we'll find out later even more. It say, when the flood arose, the stream beat violently upon that house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock, right? So now let's see the difference. 49. For he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built in house upon the earth. I just want to say one thing. You remember the scripture we said earlier about the foundations of the apostles and the prophets? In order to have the whole ministry, that shows you that foundation is the apostles and the prophets, let alone the whole conclusion is a Mashiach Yahushua, right? And against which the stream did beat violently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. So if we're not on that solid foundation, which is the apostles, the prophets, surrounded, covering in the embodiment of Hamashiach Yahushai, your house is going to fall. And it goes into the three little piggies, but we don't eat piggies over here. So we're going to say the three little lambs. One built it with stick, one built it with hay, and one built it with stone, with rock. And it didn't fall. Verse 48, right? Let's go to this verse that I've been paraphrasing all day. 1 Corinthians 15. 1 Corinthians 15. And we're going to drop down to 58. Now, the closing scriptures is the same scriptures we brought out earlier. And that's going to re-sum up how much more, what you really fighting for, to be in root and build it up. Later on, it's going to be a reward later on. And we're going to reread those scriptures again, the two scriptures. This is 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, verse 58. It says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye stand fast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So me, you, men and women, regardless of whatever congregation you in, you know, you want to make sure you're unmovable and stand fast and always abounding in the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Now, some people might look at it different, but let's actually, because I like words, right? So we're gonna look at staying fast and unmovable, and we're gonna look at abounding if we can.
Strong's G 1476. Hedraias. Hedraias.
Hedrayas. The biblical usage is sitting. Sedentary. Salaki if I said it wrong. Firm, unmovable, right? So staying fast is firm, right? And when you look at the strong definition, to sit, settle, okay. So it basically goes into firm, right? Where we at? We're gonna look at the other word too. We're gonna look at unmovable, right? And I want y'all to see them too.
Strong's G 277. Ametakinitas. Ametakinitas.
Etekanitos. Yeah, I'm not good with those, you know what I'm saying, the Hebrew or the Greek or the Latin words, you know. So unmovable, not to be moved from its place. Unmoved, metaphor, firmly presented, right? I don't let me see. Like a tree. Now, unless I'm just saying like with your hands, you can't just like go over there and move it. It's unmovable. It was this what was it? It was a game I was playing. No. If anybody ever watched the first Jumanji, you know when everybody was playing, when it's not your turn, you seen when they was trying to move the pieces, like take the pieces off, they couldn't do it. That's unmovable. You know what I'm saying? That's you being stand fast and unmovable, firm, and basically being stuck, being able to nobody can move you, right? And now we're gonna deal with the abounding because we got to abound in the work of the Lord.
Strong's G 4052. Perisuo. Perisuo.
Predisuo. Right? The biblical usage for abounding is to exceed a fixed number of measure or to be left over above certain number or measure, to be over or to remain, to exist or to be at hand in abundance, to be great, abounding, to be great in the work of the Lord, a thing which comes in abundance, to overflow unto one, something falls to the lot of one in large measure, to redound unto, turn out abundantly for a thing, right? To furnish one richly so that he has abundance, to make abundant or excellent, abounding. I like this one though, where it say abounding to exist or to be at hand in abundance. I like this one too. Abounding in the works of the Lord is to be great in the work of the Lord, to be abundant in the works of the Lord, right? When you look at the strong definition, it said to super abound. uh Super bound, to cause super bound, to make more, to bound, to have more abundance, to have more. Come on, to have more, be more abundant, to be better, enough, to be better. I like that. I like that. Right. Uh, we're gonna go to Second Corinthians. Please tell me how to bring that out. Okay, I did. Good, sweet. We're going to Second Corinthians chapter 1, verse 21 to 22. And I'm reading in the New Living Translation. It's just some wordplay in here that it was hitting, right? So this is First Corinthians, the 21st verse to 22. It say, it is the Most High who enables us. First Timothy chapter 1, verse 12. And I thank our Lord who have enabled me For that he counted me faithful, putting me into the ministry. So now when we know that the Lord enabled us, we have to double up and be rooted and built in this thing. It is the Most High who enables us, along with you, to stand firm for Hamashiach. He has commissioned us, and he has identified us as his own by placing the Holy Spirit in our hearts as the first installment. That man gave you the first installment. It's not a spectrum installment. This man gave you the first installment that guarantees everything he has promised us. In the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai is not slack concerning his promise, man. The Lord enabled you in this ministry. How much more can we be and be like, you know what? I don't want to be firm in his ministry, right? Let's go to Ephesians 4 and 1. Ephesians 4 and 1. Right? Ephesians 4 and 1, it says, I therefore, the prisoner of Yahweh, beseech, a prisoner of Hamashiach Yahushai, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye were called. What were you called to do? You were called to serve the Lord. You were called to do the whole duties of men, right? When you pick up this word and you're abiding in the words of the Lord, you're being rooted and built. You are a prisoner for Yahweh. You always teaching, you praying, you calling. You are a prisoner. You are a servant. You are a slave for Yahweh. I'm a servant. I want to be a slave for the Lord. Man, let me be whatever position you need me to be. Just don't let me be an African booty scratcher, an Edomite, a Moabite, and all them other ones. Let me be part of your unit. You know what I'm saying? If it's not the government, it's not, the elders, you know what I'm saying? I might be the 1/3 man. Help me, please. Please, man. I need to be a prisoner. Yo, when you go to Ephesians, the 3rd chapter, he even said it there. Let me see if they'll let me go there. Ephesians 3:1, it say, for this cause I, Paul, the prisoner of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, for you Gentiles. He was a prisoner for you broken branches, man. Right? You got to really compel your brothers with that same Hamashiach Yahweh Shai attitude, right? Willing to die for your brothers and your sisters. I just got to put my charger on this thing. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, man, it might not work. All right, you know what? We just gonna work it. We just gonna work it the best way we can. We just gonna work it the best way we can. Right? We can go to Colossians. Colossians, the 3rd chapter, verse 17. It says, and whatsoever ye do in word, whatever you do in word, whatever or deed, do all in the name. Do it all in the name. Do it all in the name of Yahweh Shai Shai, giving thanks to God and the Father by him, right? We got to always give thanks. We got to always give thanks to Yahweh Shai Shai. This man created the best story in life. You know, when they always say a book was nominated for a Grammy, I forgot what they be saying. What do authors be getting, love, for writing books? I don't know. Some of them, they be getting rewards for books, publishing or whatever. This right here for the Lord to orchestrate the prophets and apostles and orchestrate other men to make this possible. Yo, he's a bad man, a jammer, man. And the Lord showing you he has mercy. Even your kids that haven't even made it to go smoke a blunt, to be a stripper, to go do the things that we did as little children. The Lord has mercy on your children so that they can even be ushered in this dang truth, man. This is why. This is why. Man, I put this on sugar on grits, sugar on spaghetti. You should be wanting to teach your kids the things that we wasn't taught. Hey, if you don't know, go search and find out. Don't celebrate something that you so used to and you don't know the history of it. Right? Let's get back to educating our kids. We heard them send them to school. We like, man, we're gonna send you to school. I'm not trying to educate you. Hey, that's fine taking them to school, if you want to. The school ain't fine. Esau education is not fine. But the simple fact, we should be trying to educate our kids before we send them out to the wolves. That's something to think about. Food for thought. We can go to 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. We can go to verse 18. It says, "In everything give thanks, for this is the will of the Most High in Hamashiach Yahushai concerning you." Verse 19, "Quench not the spirit." Me and you shouldn't. I'm just saying, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But you don't want to quench the spirit. You don't. You don't want to try to quench the spirit. But we know sometimes we slip and we fall. But like Humpty Dumpty, get your butt back up. You want to be on fire for the Lord. Now, some people, you might look at fire being different. When I'm saying fire for the Lord, is you prophesying. You studying. You could be prophesying to your wife. Hey, you could be a sister trying to teach your kids. You could probably be a brother just sitting on your porch and you just do a 5-minute little video on YouTube or IG or Facebook or TikTok or Instagram. However y'all do it, that shows that you're on fire, right? Because how can you be on fire in the spirit if you ain't doing nothing? So that must mean in order to be on fire in the spirit, you have to be doing something, right? This truth is emotion, right? Verse 20 say, "Despise not prophesying." So me and you should not despise it. That's being on fire. If I know his brothers that damn near did 23 videos in 1 week, that don't mean he better than nobody. It just mean he's not trying to quench the spirit. He trying to stay occupied. What else is there to do? I seen one brother sitting doing a live. This man had over 100 books next to him. He wasn't even reading it. It was just why he doing a lesson. I'm just like, yo, dang. And that lets you know some people might be reading for an hour, 30 minutes. Some people might read 4. Some people might be reading all day, studying, applying. Everybody is different. Me personally, things that I'm just trying to be on fire. I want to hear the word, let alone I'm reading, right? Um, I hear the word, yeah, hear the word, yeah. So I'm watching a video, or I'm reading, or I'm teaching. That's it. But now, say if I'm chilling and I'm relaxing, most of the time, everybody in this house, I usually want to watch a movie that I can look at it spiritually. Like half of the time when we doing it, we watch other movies. It's for fun, but it still be certain movies we watch for fun and something happen. Like me and my wife was watching this movie with the kids. The man said, what did he say? Famine. He was saying something about it's about to be a famine in the end times or whatever the heck he said. And we like, yo, dang, how the hell he gonna just say that it's a famine? Let alone coming into 2023 and people just falling out, passing out. We already had a problem when people said it was a shortage of damn chicken. You know what I'm saying? There's a shortage over here. Next one, it's gonna really be a big wave of a famine, right? Then watch The Matrix, The Terminator, watching Utopia, watching different things. Regardless if it's not a base movie out of the Bible, it's certain things that they might say and do, and you be like, wait, hold on, bro, like hold on, B. Especially vampire movies, you know the scriptures say don't eat blood, right? Of course, me and you can't eat human blood, but for the damn test tube monkey Edomite to make a movie like that, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be thinking like, yo, that make me think of them eating raw steak, raw lamb, right? Everything around you, I don't care what nobody say, it's spiritual. Everything damn near around you is spiritual, brother. Everything, man. Yo, you see somebody just digging a hole, trying to plant a flower, or a brother's digging to put a casket in the hole, or you just digging to put a tree, or digging, what I'm saying, for fences or whatever. Right there, you're gonna be thinking, dig deep, deep in the ministry of the Lord, right? I'm going in the bathroom to look at how my face look. This is another spiritual thing that I know that it comes in your mind, right? We're gonna go to First Chronicles, and I know Miss Gabar and Miss Adara already know where I was gonna go, but it say uh you'll go in the face, go in the mirror, and what did you do? You're seeking what was like, if my face look good, do I got a scar? You know what I'm saying? I'm seeking, do I look good? Do I need to brush my teeth? Do I need to put lotion on? This is First Chronicles 16:11. It says, seek Yahweh in his strength, seek his face continually. So just like you seek your face in the mirror, you have to seek Yahweh by Shem Yahushai's face continually. That just made me think of the Lord, right? Oh, yo, one of you kids, turn on the light. hey, that kind of spiritually let me know. It make me think Christ is the light. Hamashiach is the light. Salaki. Right. Like First John 1 and 17. But if ye walk in the light, as he is in the light, because Christ is the light, he is the way, he is the truth, right? We have fellowship one with another. In the blood of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, his son cleanseth us from all our sins. His blood cleanses. Yo, even if one of us get cut and you think about blood, damn, I'm bleeding. Dang, that's crazy, man. Really, I'm saved by Yahweh Shai's blood, man. Whoa, shoot! You see a Frank Ocean sweet tooth outside. You like, damn, we can't even be out here with a feminine spirit, man. Yo, everything around you is always scripture, man. I'm hungry. The Lord said, St. Matthew 5 and 6, if you hunger and thirst for righteousness, I'm over here hungry. I want food. But then you start thinking like, damn, I'm hungry. But am I hungry for righteousness? You can always switch, man. I'm thirsty. I need something to drink. Let me get some of this water. Hey, St. John chapter 15, verse 3. Make you clean by this water. It's no way to go. Like, it's yo, man. Yo, I need to go get some air. The best way you're gonna get air is when I bring out these last the scriptures that's gonna say, man, you're gonna be joined in the air with your Yahweh Shem Shai. It's not like if you looked at things in a spiritual point of view and not a human point of view, like we brought out earlier, I'm telling you, you're gonna always have that aspect. The Lord is always on your mind when you really want him on your mind. Right? Let's go to before my phone over here and die. Let's go to First Thessalonians 5. Wait, did we already do that? Did we go to? Yeah, we did that. We go to Second Thessalonians, I believe 2 and 17. Right. So Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 17, and say, comfort your hearts. How we comfort our hearts? Oh, we read that in First Maccabees 12 and 9. You comfort yourself by reading. You comfort yourself with things of book, chapter, verse. You can even comfort yourself by being with a like-minded brother, being with your Akka, being with your Aquabs, and establish you in every good word and work. Comfort your hearts, right? Let's go to Jude. You already know Jude only got one chapter. We go to verse 20 and 20. We're going to go to verse 20 and then drop down to 24. It said, but ye beloved, building up yourselves on your most holy faith. Holy means set apart. Set apart, Paleo Hebrew is Kodash. So our set apart faith, praying in the Holy Ghost, right? Building yourself on your most separate faith from this freaking world, right? Verse 24, now unto him that is able to keep you from falling and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy, to the only wise God, our Savior, be glory, majesty, dominion, and power, both now and ever. Amen. Now unto him that is able to keep you from falling. That's even more why we should cleave onto the foundation, because he's the only one. He's the one that directs your steps. Man's going is of the Lord. So that's why even more we should be thanking, calling on the name of Yahweh Shem Shai to have compassion for us. Right? Let's go to John. You can go back to John 15. You can read 4 and 5. John chapter 15, verse 4, it said, abide in me. So now we slowly closing it out. Abide in me, and I in you. Simple. In order to be built and rooted, abide in me, and I in you. This is red letters. Hamashiach Yahushua is speaking. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. We have to abide in Hamashiach Yahushua. We won't be able to bear fruit. The Lord is not going to allow us to bear fruit. Verse 5, I am the vine, ye are the branches. We are connected. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, ye can do nothing. Guess what? Sometimes you can bring in fruit and don't even know. Somebody probably got in the truth. The brother or sister, somebody that could be watching or something that's doing a lesson right now. Somebody. It's a brother that did a lesson. He shared the video. That sister probably not in the truth. She probably was in the world, or that brother was not in the truth. He probably was in the world, and he seen it, and he grasped, and he's slowly searching the truth. Brothers is really out here fruitful and don't even know it. That's why you want to always sharpen yourself to be on fire, man. Just be on fire for the Lord and keep doing your acceptable service, right? The acceptable service. Now we're gonna close it out, and I'm gonna bring these the verses I brought out earlier, and let's just get motivated. So now, do everybody understand? You have to be builded and rooted into the Most High to really desire this. If we're not rooted and build it, I don't think you really should be desiring this. I mean, hey, still desire it. Actually, still desire it. Even if you're not following the Lord, still desire it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you ain't really following and serving the Lord, you might not even get it. Right? He said, the riches of wherever your heart is, that's your treasure. So a lot of people have treasure outside of the ministry of Yahweh Shema Shai. This is First Thessalonians chapter 15, all the way to 18. It says, for this we say unto you by the word of Yahweh Shema Shai, that we are alive and remain. The coming of Yahweh Shema Shai shall not prevent them which are asleep. Romans 13:11. For Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai himself, shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Hamashiach Yahushai shall rise first. So the brothers that died for the ministry of Yahweh Shemashai shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together. And I want y'all to know, if y'all don't know about basically going through the Mark of the Beast, Jacob Trouble, the race wars, you know what I'm saying? The pilgrimage situation. Anybody that make it through all of those things, you're going to still be alive. Some of us is going to see all of the turmoil. We're going to see all of the mourning, all of the gashing of the teeth. If we're still here, if we're still alive and the Lord is still keeping you through the terrain, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet Yahweh Shema Shai in the air. And so shall we ever be with Yahweh Shema Shai. Wherefore, comfort one another with these words. You have to be comfort to know this day is going to happen. But are you going to be a part of it? Either or, even if you die for the name of Yahweh Shai, or you still living and you still make it through all of them, right? The whole hope is that you get beamed up in the air with Yahweh Shai. And let's see. Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. Salaki, I'm move over here, moving fast. Verse 51, it say, behold, I show you a mystery. There's so many mysteries in the Bible. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. I just want everybody and every man and every woman to really try to desire that immortality, to get beamed up with Yahweh Shema Shai and look down on the destruction that's happening in these wicked kingdoms. I can't save you. I can only direct you. And I'm directing you to go back into Yahweh Shema Shai and read. If you don't understand it, do not be afraid to ask a question. Sometimes we always disagree. A lot of us are gonna disagree, or we're gonna agree. But it's only gonna be the truth and the wrong. And the best way is to know to add precepts with it. But any verse you mostly bring, because some of them is plain upon tables, but you'll have some verses that you have to give the sense. You have to give the sense. You have to give the sense. And damn near each verse we did, I gave the sense. I don't have to go like when it say, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but shall be changed. I don't have to go on a 30-minute rant to explain that. It's kind of plain. Show you a mystery, let alone leaving Egypt was a mystery, because half of us don't even believe that damn near now. How for you to come to America, that is a mystery. You never knew it, but you got to go search it. To know that Daniel was speaking about all these places and to all of them to be unfold, none of us would know if we don't dig deep for the mystery. Any mystery is not out in the open. You have to see between the lines, just like Scooby-Doo. We shall not all sleep. That's like a lot of people out here. It's probably some elect out here that is still asleep. They have to wake up, but not all of us is asleep. You see, it's people in the ministry already. But we shall all be changed. The ones that is sleep, that is the hopeful elect that the Lord see in the heart that He already know, and the ones that's woke, we're gonna be changed easy in a moment. So that means that moment is like a moment, like a 1 minute 60 seconds. It's a moment in a twinkling of an eye. Come on, man. That's plain. This is a corruptible. This is a corruptible body. But he says you're gonna put on incorruptible. Actually, I'm gonna actually look up that word for y'all. And we in the blue letter, so that kind of helps to show you what words mean. Right? I'm gonna read your precept too, Malak.
Strong's G 862. Aphthartos. Aphthartos.
Aphthartos. The biblical usage: incorrupted, not liable to corruption or decay, perishable, of things, immortal, of the rising dead, right? Strong definition: undecaying. Come on, come on. That's plain. You're gonna be undestructible. You're gonna be undestructible, man. Shall be changed. These these joints got me amped. What is this word that we was looking at? Dang, I forgot. In change. Wait, what's the word again? Yeah, changed. Biblical usage: to change, to exchange one for another, to transform, to make different. Niggas is transformer. You're gonna be transforming. This is the day you want to desire. This is why we want to be better, right? Oh, the brother brought out some beautiful precepts. We're gonna read this out. First Timothy, the 4th chapter, verse 13 and 14. It says, till I come, give attendance to reading. Come on, that brother over there is different over there. That brother different over there. Hold on, I gotta make sure the precepts stick with it. He said, give ear. He said, well, what? till I come, give attendance to reading. Luke, the 19th chapter, verse 13 is symbolical. He said, occupy till I come. Isaiah 34, verse 16, he said, seek out of the book of Yahweh and read. No one of these shall fail. Gotta pick out that book and read. To exhortation. Exhortation means to encourage. To doctrine. Brothers have to be they have to get into the doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shai, doctrinated into Yahweh Shema Shai's ministry, because a lot of us don't know the Lord's doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee. A lot of us have gifts. Some of y'all might have music. You might be a precept remember. TJ, put this juice in the refrigerator. You might be good with history. You might be good with words. The Lord might put a spirit on you. You might be able to uh interpret. You might be able to be speaking different languages, right? You might be good at teaching. You might be good at prophesying, right? Which was given thee by prophecy. Come, what? It said, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy. This talent was given by thee by prophecy, let alone you got to go into those mysteries to find these things out, right? It says, with the laying on of the hands of the pre presbytery. I'm Salaki. I gotta get that word. I need that. That joint says something. Let me see. I gotta make sure I say that word right. Sorry, y'all. That brother brought out something real good. First Timothy chapter 4, verse 13 to 14 to the brothers and sisters on YouTube. Definitely read that thing. I'm just putting the definition on here so I can hear it. Because I gotta be able to know how to say that. Yo, this is how you know the Lord be bringing out words, man, because this man create it God be having words that you can't even pronounce. And this is how you know when you dig in these scriptures, there's certain words that I wasn't able to pronounce, but always constantly digging deep. Like it be so many strange words in the Bible. Presbytery. Presbytery. See, that was I should have been able to say that. Presbytery. With the laying on of the hands of presbytery. And presbytery means a body of church, elders and ministers, especially Presbyterian churches, um, administrative body court representing all the local congregations of a district, the house of a Roman Catholic. He said, we shall all sleep, meaning we not all going taste death. Yeah, con. We ain't gonna all taste death. Right. Right. That's why when it gave up whoever was asleep and the ones that's living, you know, the ones that sleep, the yeah, con. So the ones that sleep, that's going into that meaning we not all gonna taste death to clear that up for that's for where's we at Corinthians. I want to make sure we can clear that up. Let me go back up. Where's we at? Oh no, you was talking about Thessalonians, right, Jeremiah? Yeah, you talking about Thessalonians. You gotta go back to it because you just added information. So we had to go back to him. So you talking about 4 um 15, boom, boom, boom. You talking about you bringing out something way else. I see you. Oh, this is what he talking about. Okay. Let's get it. Matthew the 16th chapter, verse 28. Beautiful precept again, Karatazat. This is St. Matthew, the 16th chapter, verse 28. It says, "Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." There's some standing here that shall not taste death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. But they said till they see the Son of Man come in his kingdom. And that goes into another way. The old man dies off. Because for us to be changed, the old man has to die off. This has to die off. And he said change like a twinkling of an eye. None of us ever transformed before. Only time you transform is from a baby to a kid to a young teen to an older king to a damn 20-year-old, then a 30, then a elder, then an OG, right? He said you're gonna change like a twinkling of your eye. That's gonna be different than the Power Ranger Megaforce. That's gonna be a bigger change than Optimus Prime, right? The brother said, Khan, we shall not all sleep, right? We shall all not taste death. And you want to be praying on those things, man. You want to really meditate on those things. You want to ask the Lord for those things, right? Let alone people asking for a car and a house. That's you. But still, let alone the end is here. Hamashiach Yahweh is about to come through that he's about to come, and he's not Yaju. And when he come, you want to hope that you don't taste no death. I'm just saying, like, everything in the Bible is for our good. So apply it and don't waste it. A lot of us did in our worldly time. Just had the Bible closed and just waste. This is all Jews. And I always show a lot of men in Israel and sisters in Israel. You have money. You have money. I know you need more. We all need more. I need more too. But you got money. And I just want to show I love you to the moon and ever back. Death to America and death to Esau. Call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Kakodash. Yahweh is the most high God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. Right? Just want you to know your money spiritually is in that book. Right? Many different books, different styles, just to increase wordplay, just to be able to understand and going into further precepts, to be able to bring out the ministry of Yahweh Shem Shai. The best story ever told and the best kept secret. God chosen people are the Israelites, which never died off and they're still here. You just have to apply yourself and have the desire to want to read, right? And that same precept that Karatazal brought out a few minutes ago, right? When he said, 1 Timothy 4 and 13, till I come, give attendance to reading. It didn't say 1 day, 2 day, this. No, you should be giving attendance to reading. Man, what? He said it's more than $1 million. Man, this is $1 trillion. Plus, when you add this on top of it with the charts, you like, oh shoot, this is like gold and silver. You know what I'm saying? This 100% cotton. You know what I mean? This that lamb right here. You hear it? There's like nothing you could do. And then all the other books that increase the Bible, any book that adds, that helps the Bible increase the history of the edification, you want to read. Look, you never see another lesson I do. I might end up bringing this book out. Half the books I read, I use them in different lessons. When you get in this ministry, when you give attendance to reading, sometimes you might have late nights at reading. It's times I'm staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning reading, applying. Did a lesson late last night. You know what I'm saying? It's all on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. This word has to go out. Crackheads is out late at night. Women and men is out late at night. You have to always want the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in your house and out your house. It's not enough of us putting the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai out of our house, let alone in our house. Hey, if I could do it, you could do it. If you could do it, I damn sure can do it. I just got one question. Do anybody have any questions or any precepts they want to bring out before I end up closing? Facebook or YouTube. And I'm gonna actually go back to my stream yard and closed. Okay. Shalom, everybody. Shalom. So if anybody got any questions, precepts they want to bring out before I close this live, you know me, I don't really be caring about the time. I just be caring about the word going out. You know what I'm saying? So just let me know, man. If y'all got any precepts, drop them. If you don't, that's fine. We'll end up closing this. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed it too. You know what I'm saying? I definitely enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is a book I cannot wait to read this, man. It's gonna take me a few minutes, but trying to read the Bible and that and trying to study and trying to teach is like it's gonna be hard, but we're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, if you ever get a chance, man, go get this book, man. My wife, she got this for me, man. I was looking for this and I was waiting for it to happen on the Kindle. I couldn't get it. Now I got it, man. I'm so happy. You know what I'm saying? And all the other books that I got, man. Please, man. Look, man. I be trying to play the game. I be trying to go in the studio. The Lord flooded my basement damn near three, four, man, 2 times back to back, man. And it's like the Lord keep pulling me right where I need to be in the ministry. The game, like, man, the Lord took me and my wife away from that. We try to get into it, but we always find ourselves right in this word. And I enjoy it every moment, and we wake up with a more of a peace, more of a fresh air. You know what I'm saying? It's the scriptures is your comfort. The scriptures heal you. The scriptures make you want to be a teacher and make you want to do more. And the scriptures make you feel like you ain't doing good enough. The scriptures make you feel like you ain't worthy. But the more you keep reading, the more you just keep on doing. Just because I'm not worthy, I'm gonna still do it because I have a power I'm supposed to serve. And that's like having a king and you like, you know what, I don't want to serve him. Yes, we got presidents, but my real king is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And we're going to put him before anything in this America. And we're going to put him before our family, right? As an individual, your wife, her pleasing you is putting the Lord first. Her looking at you as saying, yo, my husband is, I got to go by his desire, be led, you know what I'm saying? She automatically pleasing the Lord. Everything we do as men and women, we got to put the Lord first in everything. You know what I'm saying? Um, Brother Aratazah said, it's it's on the way. Just ordered it off Amazon. Come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. Uh, Ms. Gabar said, you should really do live segments reading your book. Yeah, con. First, I gotta get my foot wet in there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get my foot wet. I could just tell you that this book. You know what? I'm gonna read the back of it. I'm gonna read the back of it, and Lord willing, anybody that watched this live later on, Lord willing, it gets you motivated to want to read it. Let alone take certain things out of it to back up your lesson. So this is from Babylon to Timbuktu by Ralph R. Windsor. Until comprehensive recent time, Salaki, until recent times, knowledge that Black Africans was the seat of highly evolved civilizations and cultures during a time when Europe stagnant was limited to a small group of scholars. That group empires such as Ghana and later Mali, 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 flourish for centuries, right? And I ain't gonna lie, if y'all don't know about before the Europeans had took us, we was in the hands of the so-called Hamites, Africans, and the Arabs, Ishmael, if you want to be exact, but Arabs. It says flourish for centuries while Europe slept through its dark ages. Dark ages is what when blacks were ruling in different places, right? Especially Europe, Ireland, Italy, right? They say almost has been ignored by historians. Thousands of years before that, as Ralph notes in his enlightening book, civilization began with the black race. Civilization began with the black races of Africa and Asia, including the Hebrews, who in biblical times were jet black. Then Western Europe had no nations as such, and its Stone Age inhabitants had but the crudest tools and lives in caves. Because of the scarce literature on the contributes of blacks to world civilization, most people today hold the erroneous opinion that the black race have little real history. It was not known for intents that the ancient Hebrews, Mesopotamians, Phoenicians, and Egyptians were black. Now, a growing body of literature is presented to illustrate history of the blacks in their enormous contributions. This carefully researched book is a significant addition to this vital field of knowledge. It sets forth in a fascinating detail the history from the earliest recorded time of the black race of the Middle East and Africa. Mr. Rudolph discussion of Islamic civilization in the movement of the black Hebrews to all parts of Africa is edifying, absorbing. Readers, regardless of race, will find this factual story of a noble heritage a valuable entreatment to their knowledge of world history. Man, I ain't gonna lie, it was good, man. I was reading the little drinks in the beginning. It already had me amped. Had me amped. But look, that's the end of the back of that book. Lord willing, y'all get that a read. Lord willing, I'll give it a read. And with that, I want to let y'all go because I know how much I kept y'all up for like 2 hours. Lord willing, this is edifying. We're gonna do another one. Lord willing, by the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Until next time, it's your brother Dar Gabar. Kwame Yasharella Shalom. Keep your foot on the swivel. Be steadfast and unmovable. If I can't do it, then I don't know. But if I can do it, you can do it. If you can do it, I damn sure can do it. But let's take off the vocabulary I can't, because you actually can. You just have to apply yourself. So with that, Kwame Yasharella Shalom.